Well, firstly, thank you so much for joining this session today. We're quite excited to share with you the work that we've been doing with Rotana Group and really get your feedback on what you're going to see today. So the purpose really is for us to give you an insight to what we've done, introduce you to the team that will support the journey of digitizing and automating processes. So if you're okay, I'm going to share my screen and do a little bit of an introduction. I'll introduce the team that's on here from Connected SafeNet later in the session. But the idea now is to really give you a good insight to what it is that we do and have been doing for many of the hotels. So just share my screen quickly. Okay. So introduction to Connected Safety Net. We are a digital factory. We automate all aspects of compliance processes, operational processes. And if in fact, if you scroll, this is our website. If you wanted to know more about us, connectedsafetynet.co.uk. We're a UK company, but been established in the UAE for nearly 3 years now, and we have many clients here already. And most of us, so in fact, Fazan and I are based here in Dubai. So effectively, we are incident management reporting. So we automate all aspects of that, uh, audits, inspections, advanced security, contractor management, maintenance of assets. We have environmental solutions as well, training modules that you can utilize through the platform, and we'll show some of the training uh, uh, modules that we've created for this configuration. So yeah, please feel free to view our website, which give you a greater insight to us as a company. However, what we're very excited today to share with you is the work that we've been doing with Rotana Group. We've extensively piloted for 6 months with two hotels to create the digital templates that are required for you to be able to eliminate paper and be as environmentally friendly as possible. Now, the configurations we'll show you may not be exactly how you would like to work as a hotel, but as I said, we're a digital factory, and the team that are on here, we are able to adjust this to reflect exactly how you want to work. So, although you may see some digital processes that are clearly aligned with the way you work in the hotel, but you might have a slightly different process, and that's not a problem. You just contact our service desk, and we adjust the platform to meet your needs. Now, before showing you the system, I'm going to introduce to you our welcome pack so that you get some idea of the simplicity and the level of support that we provide. So, firstly, this is the welcome pack that we send to each hotel, which is customized to each individual hotel. It gives you a little bit of introduction to us and what we're about. But most importantly, on the third page, this is a really easy, simple way to get you onboarded to the platform. So, here, for example, you can click on this icon, and this will take you to the login for the web portal. And if you need to download the apps either on Android or iOS, then you have two more links here. You will be provided with, obviously, we have your email address. We'll provide you a temporary password that allows you to gain access to the system. So this is just really showing you the simplicity steps that you'd be able to take to get onto the platform and really get to see what we've built and configured for Rotana. We also have lots of videos. So one of the things we're very mindful of is that you can sometimes have new employees join in, and you want to be able to onboard them quickly. So what we've done is produce lots of little videos that allows people to self-learn and see how simple and easy the platform is to use and navigate. And there's also details of our contact team. So effectively, Fazan, who will introduce himself shortly, leads the implementation process. We also then have a support desk that operates from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Obviously, through Ramadan, we'll be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. But effectively, this team are available when you need them. to carry out any more training, or indeed, as if you want forms changed, or you want your processes slightly altered, or you might want a new digital process created through the platform. This team does that for you and makes it a really easy and nice experience. There's a little bit of disclaimer here. The important thing that we want to really emphasize, that for data protection, it's really important that you protect your password logins. So when you get your generic password from us, the one thing that we encourage you to do is immediately change it to a secure password for yourself, and not to share your logins with other people. This is for you to administer and manage, because obviously the data is highly protected for our platform. We manage everything in Microsoft Azure, which is a Microsoft data center in Dubai North. So, as I say, we meet all of the very strict criteria. We're ISO 27001 accredited, and also Cyber Essential. So your data is highly secure, and that's why it's really important that you maintain the control of your passwords. So that's the welcome pack that you will receive from us after today's session, just so that you can see how simple this is. And Fazan will be reaching out to get your email addresses so that we can actually configure the welcome pack ready for your use. Now, what we'd like to do is give you a quick look of the experience that we've created. We've had an amazing 6 months working with two hotels to make sure that we've created templates that make a difference in the way you operate your hotel. We won't show you all the templates today. You have a very good setup in our system. We call it the training site, where you can actually go in and play with the forms that we've created and see the level of efficiency that we are bringing to Rotana. So, okay, if I now go back to the portal. So this is the portal that we've created. I just need to share my mobile phone, so give me a second. Okay, so we've got the mobile shared. Right. So what you're seeing in the background here is the Rotana portal. So how does this actually work? Well, we restrict access to each hotel. Each hotel's data is highly secure to you only. So although you'll see here in this login that we've got Rotana as the client, there is a safe training site where you can practice using the forms and explore at ease how to use our product. But what will happen is then you'll have all the hotels listed below. You will only see your hotel or your hotel cluster. So it depends on how you're organized. You won't be able to see other hotels. It's important that, as I say, your data is highly secure. So that's effectively how we navigate. The same is also true with the mobile app. So if I come into the mobile app and we go to settings, this is typically once you log in, this is how you'll be able to view the platform on the mobile or on a tablet. Exactly the same again. You can have the drop down there. You'll select your hotel, and if you're one single hotel, you'd only be one selection there. But as I say, if you're three hotels or four hotels, you'll be able to see all of your cluster. We have a very strict hierarchy login process within the system. So you may want to restrict those in each hotel that has access to the platform. We just need to know how you'd like that configured, and we'll do that for you. So let's just talk a bit about how the platform works. So here is an example of all the digital form processes that have been created in partnership with the two test hotels. You may not want to use all of these, from permit to work process to your cooking, cooling, reheating, and temperature records, inspections. It's really up to you which of these you feel are most relevant for your digitization journey. You might want to do them in like batches. So you might want to do housekeeping first, or you might want to do permit to work first. But what we'd like to do now is show you how simple it is to use the platform. And to do that, I'm going to give you the same view now as I have on the mobile. If I go to app menu, It will show all the forms that have been created. So if I go for a permit to work demonstration, for example, so we'll do demolition work. If you come in here, this will be the opportunity for you to be able to see. So if I create a new form, you'll see there's a training video on the most complex processes that you manage to make sure it's very easy for anybody to actually use the solution. So if I play this little video, hopefully this will give you comfort of the simplicity of what we've done.
We are now doing a demo for the demolition work permit for Rotana. When you click on the demolition work pack, you will be able to see all previously created work packs. In order to create a new work activity, click the plus sign on the bottom right corner of the screen. Enter the name of the contractor company, for example, XYZ Contractors. Enter the name of the company representative and the date, which will automatically be stated. After saving, you can move on to the description of work, potential hazards, confirmation, cancellation, or permit revalidation. Let's start with the description of work. First, enter the location either by GPS or manually. Then, enter the description of the demolition activity using either speech to text or manually. Each question has a three-dot menu, which allows you to comment, take photos or videos, upload them, and access the View Info button for further information. Then, enter the list of tools or equipment to be used. You can also attach documents such as the method statement, risk assessment, approvals, third-party certificates, or any other required files. For the duration of the permit, enter the start date and time and the end date and time. Check all potential hazards from the checklist. Save the form, and let's now move to the potential hazards form. In this checklist, you need to select either yes or not available. For compliance or non-compliance, which will generate a score at the end. Save and move to the confirmation form. Here you need to enter the name, contact number, date and signature of the contractor representative and the same details for the permit issuer. Similarly, enter this information for all persons involved in the work activity. Save the form. The next step is entering the cancellation form, which is used for the completion or suspension of the permit. Here, you need the name, date, time, and signature of both the contractor representative and the permit issuer. If the permit is for more than 1 day, move on to the permit revalidation form. Select the corresponding day number, check the permit opening date and time, and ensure that both the permit issuer and contractor representative sign at the start and end of the day.
Okay, so that's one example of how the process operates. So let me just come off of this quickly. So you'll see that it's very simple inputs at the bottom. It's a different experience on the mobile. What you'll find on the mobile, we've also created speech to text. It means that it's very quick and easy for people to collate the very relevant information that's required. So if I come back and give some other examples of forms that we have created. So just remember that if you're viewing one of these demonstrations today and you identify that that's not quite how you work, then again, as I say, we can reconfigure the solution to meet the needs of your hotel. So let's look at cooking, cooling, and reheating temperature records.
We are now doing an instruction demo for the cooking, cooling, and reheating temperature record. Once you enter the pack, you will see all previous entries. To create a new form, tap the plus button on the bottom right of the screen, select the property, kitchen, and date, which may be automatically selected. The document number and revision date are fixed. Save the entry, and you will see the new pack appear at the top of the list. Click on it to proceed to the cooking, cooling, and reheating information section. Here, you will find instructions related to target temperatures. After reviewing the instructions, enter the food name. Each question includes a three-dot menu, allowing you to add comments, capture or upload photos or videos, and view additional information about the question. For portion cooking, enter the end time and core temperature, and specify whether the food is prepared for à la carte or buffet service. Once cooling begins, select the cooking method used. Enter the start and end time and record the end temperature. For portion reheating, enter the end time and core temperature. If any action is required, click on the Action button to select the category, assign an action owner, and provide a description. Thank you. Please contact support for further assistance.
So within your package, you have effectively 5 super user licenses, but you have unlimited licenses for those that will be completing these forms that we're demonstrating. So there's no restriction, although you might find that you would like to use our QR code process. So I'm just going to give you a demonstration of this. So if you're not wanting to issue the app for use of some of your workers, then they can actually use the QR code process to perform the same of anything that you're seeing, but effectively it will be using their camera on their smartphone. So a great example of this, if I just share my mobile again, is if I then show you what we've done for one of the hotels. So here, for example, there's a visitor health questionnaire. So if there's anything that you want to use for, effectively your customers or surveys or anything like that, you just let us know what you would like on the form and we will complete that for you. So if I now share my mobile, I'll give you a demonstration of how that works. So just sharing my mobile. So using the camera, again, just reminder here, this means that if you decide you don't want all of your staff to have access to the platform, you'd rather them just scan a QR code, I can simply scan that QR code there and it will now open up for me the specific interactive form that you want completed. First thing you'll do is acknowledge the GDPR privacy policy. So they would acknowledge that they've read that, and then they will complete the information that you've requested. And as I said to you, these are forms that can be designed exactly how you want them. We also have the ability to have an action button that will manage everything in the platform in terms of what's going on across your hotel. So if I now switch back to the platform and we go into what we call the action panel, what the action panel allows you to do is manage all of the specific actions that have been created. So throughout your form processes, at any point, you can create an action that will come into this platform here that allows you to see who's been given what actions. And as you can see, these are all overdue because it's from previous demos we've done. But the idea is that it gives you one single place to view all of those that have the super user license that are responsible for making sure critical actions are being completed across the hotel. Just simply then to do this, if I come into this, let's say an audit, I can open that up and it allows me to see everything that's going on. I can upload files in here if I need to as I'm completing my action, simply just by selecting anything I need to upload. So you have a great depository here. Again, if I need to view that, it's very quick and easy to view. So again, you've got one single place for everything. If I need to go back to the original audit form where the action was originated or the incident that was reported, I can simply click on this green button and it takes me back to the original form. We can view the history of what's happened to this specific incident or audit, or you can add comments very easily. Just come in here. I want to add a comment, so I can simply write. And so anybody that's viewing this gets real visibility of what's going on. And the other benefits you have within the action panel is that, if somebody, as let's say, is off work and you need to reallocate the action, it's simply coming in here and I can reallocate that action to somebody else. I can also simply from this drop down change the status of the actual action. So once completed, I'll move it to completed and it will move it into the completed panel. So once we're satisfied that the actions have been completed, you just simply press close action and then it removes it from your action planner. Now, the other aspects of the action planner is really useful that you can actually schedule all your inspections and your audits through the whole year. We also have a feature that's getting released, in fact, Wednesday this week, where we've had a request that if an action is overdue, you want an automated email to go to the action owner to remind them that their action is overdue and they haven't completed the work that needs to be done. So the idea of this platform is really to give you confidence that those actions that are being generated are being disciplined in terms of people getting them closed out and making sure that they're dealt with. Now, from these drop downs here, if you've got lots of actions in, you can untick and just get the name of the individual you want to review. Or if you just want to review the priority level, then you just untick and it will change it. So, for example, if I was to untick high, you can see now it's only just showing the medium and low. So again, you've got very nice filters here you can use, including things like what's overdue, what's due today, and reminder that anything that becomes overdue will automate a reminder email to the action owner. Or you might want to do it by category. So again, it's very user friendly, but the great thing about this configuration, it allows you in one single place see everything that's going on across the hotel. So that's our action tracker. I'd like to just give you another illustration of the form processes. So let's just do a couple more so you get a feeling for how easy this is. Let's do the AJRD inspection. So if I come into this one, again, we have another reminder video, training video to let people get the confidence they need to use the processes that have been digitized.
Welcome to Connected Safety Net. We're excited to help you streamline your workflows with a digital edge. Let's begin this demo by selecting Reports. Here you'll see an additional form that provides an overview of the various types of work activities accessible through the system. As you'll notice, this platform is efficient, user-friendly, and tailored to meet your specific needs. For this mobile demo, let's use an inspection as an example. The process is simple. Press the circle button with a cross to raise it and start the process. To begin, enter the record number, e.g. 24355. Next, complete the inspection conducted by field, let's say Paul Richardson. Speech-to-text functionality is available to make this step even easier. You can then verify the date, and you'll see that the GPS location is automatically displayed here. Once saved, you'll gain access to the work pack, where you can follow the same processes as demonstrated earlier. The system allows you to seamlessly navigate through all relevant paper-based processes by completing each stage. Best of all, there's no required order. You can proceed sequentially or jump to any section as needed. This is a complete digitization of your manual processes designed to enhance efficiency, flexibility, and ease of use.
I'll just go back to a reminder of the library of what's been created. And if you would like to have an individual hotel further insight to some of these forms, then we're happy to provide you follow-up sessions. In fact, that's part of the process we give. So as you can see here, you've got every aspect of your permit to work process. I'll just give you another example of how that works and how you'll be able to make it easy for the users to understand how it works.
This is a demo video of working at height permit at Rotana. As you can see a working at height option on the screen, you will click on that and you will be able to see all the previous work permits on your screen. In order to initiate a new work permit, you will need to click on the plus button on the bottom right corner. Once you click on the plus button, you can assign the name of the contractor of the company, and let's just say it is RYD Contractors. You can write the company representative's name right here. The date of the permit will automatically pop up as of today, but you can always reassign it by clicking on it. Now, if you click on Save, it will generate a new work permit pack, which will be coming up on the top of the list. Once you click on that, you will get the options description of work, potential hazards, confirmation, permit cancellation, and permit revalidation. We are following the exact same process that you have on paper, but this is now on the application and has been digitized. In order to enter the description of work, click on this button. You can enter the work location by clicking on Yes, and the GPS coordinate will take your location. In the description of working at height, you can either type it or use speech to text. For example, description of working at height activity. Make sure that against each question, you will be able to see the 3-dot burger menu. Once you click on that, you can take a photo, take a video, upload a photo from the gallery, or upload a video from the gallery. Provide the list of tools and equipment to be used. You can attach the document and click on the folder, and you can enter the method statement, risk assessment, chemical SDS, and third-party certificates from your phone as well. In the duration of the work permit, you can put the start date, start time, end date and time, and fill in the potential hazards checklist. If you go to the potential hazards right here, you will need to fill in the risk assessment being carried out, all workers, all checklists. You need to fill in right here whether they are being followed or they're not available in this scenario. In confirmation, you will confirm the work permit, and you will need to put the name of the contractor company, contract number, contractor representative sign, and the permit issued by information below. In confirmation by persons, all the persons which are involved in this scenario, you will need to put their names in right here. In permit cancellation, every permit which has been issued is supposed to be completed or suspended. So in any case, you will need to fill in this information in order to cancel the permit, suspend the permit, or complete the permit. Permit revalidation will have all the days this permit is going on. Let's just say this is the second day of the permit. You click on day 2, and you will need to have the signature of the permit issuer and contractor representative signatures at the start of the day and at the end of the day. Thank you. Please contact support for information required.
Okay, so hopefully that made sense for you. And as I say, I think the best way to really connect with the configuration work that's been created is to have a go. So we will set you up on the system, allow you to visualize all of the digital processes created so that you can identify the impact it will have on your hotel. So one of the other important aspects of this is to get overall visibility of everything that's going on across the hotel. So for this, we would recommend that you consider Power BI. So we will build this for you and set it up for you if this is something you would like. So just to give you an illustration of this, I will ask Fazan, who is leading our implementation for Rotana Hotels, to give you an insight to the way that we've made these configurations. So this is really giving you total transparency of everything that's going on. So Fazan, can I hand this over to you, please?
Good morning, guys. This is Faizan. So I'm the head of implementation. We had an amazing experience working with the two hotels in Al Jaddaf, Rotana, AJRD, and APD. And one of the challenge was they wanted to review their reports in the end of the day, and they want to keep some of the records with them for the government official visits. So that is how they are viewing their reports right here through Power BI. They can search through year, months, sites, statuses, and you can see the graphical representation of the number of forms by the form's name and number of forms by the persons. All the forms are color coded as well, and you can see the number of form. You can search by the form names as well right here. Also by action by who is filling up the forms, and you can search them as well. If we go to the next form summary, there you will have a detailed summary of all the forms. You can see that the number of forms they have filled out is more than 14,415. Again, you will have the filters for the year, month, site, status. Then you have the number of forms by the form names, how many forms has been filled, number of forms by the persons as well. So it's just if you want to see the reports differently on Power BI, you can always get in touch with the support team and you will have a different Power BI reports as well. It's totally customizable. It's just like they wanted to see it that way. That is why we have made it that way. So if we go to the next form, capture per form calendar, here you will be able to see all the forms that who has done all the forms, and if you hover over it you can see the details of the forms as well, the site as well, and all the forms are color coded as well. So cooking, cooling, and reheating are the green ones. Then APD inspections are the gray one. And on the right side, you have the year, month, site, and status filters, and form name filter as well, and who conducted those all of the forms. If we quickly jump over to cooking, cooling, and reheating, uh, yes. So cooking, cooling, and reheating. Here you will be able to see all of your cooking, cooling, and reheating temperature records. All right. You can see the count of these temperature logs are more than 9,418. And you can download the reports from here as well and keep it for your government official authorities visit, because they require to see all of your cooking, cooling, and reheating temperature logs. So all the things will be coming up right here. Same goes with the receiving record, which is the next form. In the receiving record, all the receiving records that you are feeling, that their vehicle temperature, hygiene being followed or not, what is the product invoice number, and everything will be coming up right here under one page for all of your sites, or for your only site. And you will be able to download this report from here and keep it for the official records as well. For defrosting record, it's the same as well. You will have all the defrosting record will be coming under one pages right here, and you will be able to see them under one page for all of your sites or for your only site as well. And you can download these reports and have a signature of head chef and EHS manager and keep it for the government official visits as well.
Amazing. Thank you, Fazan. So what I'd like to do now is really introduce to you the team. So let me just stop sharing for a second. Okay, so as I've mentioned already, we have a very efficient support desk. I'd like to introduce you to Bilal, who leads that for us, and give you a bit of insight of how we'll support you through the process. Bilal?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Bilal Mahmood here. I'm at Connected Safety Net. I'm head of operations and offshore. At Connected Safety Net, we are following ITIL support model, and for level 1, level 2, and level 3 support, you will always reach out to support at connectedsafetynet.com. And as Paul already mentioned, that also include the evolution process of the digitization of the forms as well. So if you have like any query you wanted to change your process, so you just need to reach out to us, and we will have a discussion with you and change all those forms with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bilal. I'd like to introduce you to one of Bilal's team who really is instrumental in making sure you get the exact configuration that you want, that will be available, for many, many months, or for forever using our platform, that we can constantly update your forms as you need to. So can I introduce Shaista, give a little introduction, please?
Hello guys, my name is Shaista Marwat and I'm working as Business Improvement Specialist. I mostly digitize the forms for clients and provide support whenever they require. Thank you.
Brilliant. And then last but not least, obviously Fazan's already introduced himself, but Fazan, it'd be really good if you could just share with the team the process that will follow from this session today.
So, as I mentioned before, I will be leading this implementation for all of your hotels. We have already implemented 2 hotels, and from the last few weeks, for the last 4 weeks, we are doing the webinars for the hotels for Rotana, and we have from those webinars we have onboarded almost 10 of the hotels as of now. So. It will be it was a very amazing experience working with Rotana Hotels previously, and we worked with their kitchen staff, work permit team, and food and beverages teams as well, and the all the HACCP records team. So we have all those records available, templates are available on the training side. So after this call, I will be sharing with you a welcome pack, which will have your password for your official email, and you can log in, go to the training site, you can practice all the records, and then you can come back to me and tell me all of these records I need. And after I need these changes in for example inspection records, I need these changes, and my it will be possible that there will be some records which are not available in the training site in the template, so you can also give me those records and we can digitize them for you as well.
Amazing. So what we'd like to do now is just really open up for general feedback, any questions you may have that we could answer. So I don't know who would like to go first, but maybe Fazan, if you want to facilitate a
Yeah,
feedback session.
I think Stephanie is stepping up.
Yes, I have many questions.
Go
First
ahead,
of all,
please.
thank you so much for the introduction and thank you for the onboarding session. It was very beneficial. However, I have some questions. First of all, are these documents exclusively filled on the tablet or on the phone, or we can access it via desktop? I'm talking about front of house.
Yeah, it's your choice. You can use a tablet, you can use a phone, you can use a desktop. The experience is the same. The desktop is sometimes favored because people have got only access to a desktop, but it's really your choice. I know certainly some of the experience we've had in the kitchens, it's probably worth you sharing how they've been using it in the kitchens, Fazan, yeah?
So they're using an iPad in the kitchens, and the engineering team is using them on the desktop, and the EHS team is using them on the mobile phones. They have their own mobile phones. They have for tablets sometimes. Few of them have the tablets, few of them have the mobile phones. So it's whatever your comfortability is that. So for example, if you are comfortable using it on desktop, so the EHS team is using it both on desktop as well and on mobile phone application. So once they are
Yes.
doing the inspection, they're using a mobile phone. Once they come and sit on the table, sit on their desk, and they see all the defrosting records and cooking, cooling, and reheating records on the computer.
All right, fair enough. Second question is related to the grouping of documents. So as I saw that we are mixing all the documents, like some are related to housekeeping, some are related to maintenance, some are related to kitchen. Can we do, like, for example, a sort of grouping? Like, for example, the engineering documents, only the engineering have access to them, and so on and so forth. Is it possible to do so? Just not to
Yes.
mess, not to confuse the team, because it will be very new to the team.
Yeah.
And basically, they will be filling the documents. We will be just monitoring.
Yeah,
I
so I
am
mean,
Chef Alberto.
it's a very good question, and there's many ways to do that, but just one simple way is that you just tell us which forms which users should have access to. Then when they go into the system, they only see the forms that are relevant to them.
Okay, fair enough.
So, because right now you're able to see all of the forms because we are demonstrating it for you,
Yes.
and on a training
Yes.
site you will be able to see all the forms. But once you will have your live site, all the forms will be restricted. For example, the engineering team will be able to see their engineering forms. The food and beverages team will be able to see their food and beverages records, and the HACCP team will be able to see the HACCP, and the EHS team will be able to see all of them.
Okay, excellent. Next question. Regarding some of the checklists, like for example, in the kitchen, there are some checklists that are time sensitive, like the cooling, the hot holding, and so on. So is there any feature that we can lock these checklists, like for them not to be filled, for example, the next day? So they have to be filled on the spot, for example. We can give them a 1 hour, 2 hour brief, and then they can be locked, or this is not
Yes.
possible.
So there is a time entry on all of the checklists, so we can restrict the time. They cannot select the time on the in the past as well. They cannot select the time in the future as well.
Okay.
So the time will be right there. So if for example if they are going to fill it the next day, they are supposed to fill it today, you can catch them.
Okay. And they cannot, like, for example, I saw some documents that were filled and not fully filled. They are not complete, I mean. Can they go back to them and fill them later on? they cannot? Like
So
they will show as overdue?
It's really up to you how you configure this. We can make questions mandatory or not mandatory. This is what's going to be the benefit of you getting it into your hands, because you'll just tell us how you want it configured. And if you want it disciplined that a form cannot be completed unless it's fully completed, then we can make the questions mandatory, or maybe there's only selected questions that will be mandatory. So again, it's all about how you'd like the platform configured for your use.
Excellent. Okay. One more thing about traceability. There is something that we call traceability in the kitchen. This is where we gather intel or data from different checklists. Can we configure this as well to be automated, or we cannot?
Yes, you can share the checklist with me, and we can configure this as well.
Okay, very good. Okay, and the back end of the system, you mentioned something about having 5 users per hotel.
Yeah, so effectively, 5 super users means that the things like setting up new users or managing stuff that's sensitive would be those 5 user licenses. But effectively, you've got unlimited licenses. So anybody working in the kitchens, anybody working housekeeping, there is no restriction on the amount of licenses you can set up.
I mean the back end, like the access to all the data.
Yes, the access to the back end is clearly highly sensitive. So you have 5 individuals you can nominate. You might be less than that. It's entirely up to you. But it's important that we protect your data. So you need to tell us who you would be happy to access the back end of the data.
Excellent. Okay, so for now, these are my questions. So I will be communicating with
Very good.
Faizan later on for the
No, very
to
good
move further.
questions. Thank you so much. That was really useful.
Thank you.
Alberto, Tolga, do you guys have any questions?
No question by my side. Stephanie already asked everything. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Was asking everything. Tolga? No question as well. So guys, I will be sending you welcome pack shortly, and log into the application as well as on the web application. And then I can follow up with you guys on the I will be conducting a session with you, so which records you need and which records you don't need, and you will be sending me your records which you need and you don't need, and I will be setting up your live site.
And I'd just like to finish by saying thank you so much for giving us your time today. We realise how busy you are, and it's not always easy to take time out to do stuff like this. We're excited to be working with Rotana. We're confident that you will see the transformation we'll bring. Typically, we're seeing clients identifying up to 60% efficiencies as a result of the automated digitization that we bring. So thank you so much for your commitment today, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.